Well, hello there, all you strange and interesting creatures of the internet. Welcome back to the All Seasons on F1 2022. So first we've got to go to the marketing department, who say that the charity work was a hit and generated some great exposure. Fantastic. Got to do a little bit of work for charity, mate. Got to do a little bit of work for charity, you know what I mean? Anyway, we continue on now to our performance update. As you can see, we are driving for Aston Martin and we're second from bottom at the moment, just behind the AlphaTauri car. And our aero and chassis and powertrain and durability are doing pretty decent, considering we're at a very early stage of this championship. So the supercar has been done and we did manage to complete our target, but we only got bronze. We only got bronze, unfortunately. Anyway, it's time to move on now to the next Grand Prix. It's time for the Albert Park circuit. Fantastic. So practice has been completed and we actually finished in 7th place in the end. So we got some more lovely resource points to add to our collection. Yes, look at this, 1,907 more development boosts to the rear downforce, the motor generator unit kinetic, the motor generator, another motor unit. Oh, I don't know what any of this means. Can anyone help me, please? So here we are in Australia, and unfortunately we have a fault on the car. It's the cooling system, so we'll have to wait for just under 2 minutes before we can go out on the circuit. So we go out for our first qualifying run at Australia. This is a circuit that is pretty meh for the Youngster. Doesn't do badly, but doesn't do very well either. Anyway, we cross the line for the first qualifying run, and it's going to put us in the awesomeness of 5th place, half a second behind the leader at the moment. As we accelerate forward now, a little later to qualify, you can see we dropped down to 14th place, just behind our own teammate Sebastian Vettel, but we're slightly up on the deltas now, so let's see if we can improve on this and actually get past Vettel, which is more important than anything else as we cross the line. And yes, we've done it. 12th position, Vettel down to 14th place. What a loser. Anyway, we accelerate forward now to even later to qualify. You can see now we're still in 12th place, but look at this, we are definitely up on the, we were up on the deltas. Well, we still are, but not by much. Anyway, let's see if we can improve on 12th. Maybe we can get a top 10 position out of this. Let's have a look. We lost a little bit of time there, as you can see, but we lost a huge amount of time on that corner, but we are gaining some. But let's see if we can get into the top 10s. We're about to cross the line. The answer to that is going to be yes. Look at that, 10th position in our Aston Martin. Fantastic result, fantastic indeed. But are we going to keep it? Anyway, that's the end of qualifying, and unfortunately already we've dropped down to 15th place. We are still ahead of our teammate Sebastian Vettel. Oh, it's 16th place now. Oh my goodness, what is going on here? What is going on? Where are we going to end up as we're about to cross the line? Is it going to be 16th? Or is it going to be lower? It's 16th position, so not too bad. Don't forget, of course, our Aston, in performance terms, is pretty much bottom of the field. So Maxi Boy got pole position, Carlos Sainz, we finished in 16th, and our teammate Sebastian Vettel finished in 18th. Okay then, let's do this.
It's race day here in Melbourne as we continue with what could shape up to be one of the best Australian Grand Prix ever. We go racing today then in the state of Victoria, where the drivers have 14 corners and 3.28 miles to navigate at an average lap speed of around 120 miles per hour. The close proximity of the barriers make accidents inevitable, and recent history shows us that a safety car is not at all out of the question. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday and he'll start from pole position. A very happy Carlos Sainz will start second. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Russell, Sergio Perez and Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, Norris, Ocon and Kevin Magnussen, Joe, Ricciardo, Valtteri Bottas and Mick Schumacher, the captain, Tsunoda, Sebastian Vettel and Alex Albon, Latifi and Pierre Gasly picks up the final grid slot today. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. Natalie Pinkham joins me once again in the commentary box. It's fantastic to have you with us today. I'm curious though, how do you think the drivers stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the rundown into turn one, a bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It'll keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
So it's time once again for the 5 lights to go out on the All Seasons clear mode, and we say go, 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 and it's away we go from 15th position. As you can see, we got Mick Schumacher ahead of us, we got Valtteri Bottas, Daniel Ricciardo, the Honey Badger as well as we go to turn 1. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Another of our customary tyres for the Hookster. Yes, a little bit of corner cutting there, I do believe. Didn't even get a sort of warning for that though. That was absolutely extraordinary. But anyway, yes, 13th position at the moment. We got Mick Schumacher ahead in the Haas. We go past Guan Yu Zhou. Oh my goodness, was that a 5-car overtake? Was that a 5-car overtake? I'm not quite sure, but we have done it. We have done it in, of course, our Aston Martin car. We are up into the points, everyone. Yes, 9th position now, and we're just behind Esteban Ocon in, of course, the Alpine, which I've said in the previous episode. I think it's going to be the cars that we're going to be chasing in this first season. Definitely the Alpines, because they seem to be on par with us. But there you go. There we are. 9th position. We are in the World Championship points. Once again, tail end of the points, of course, but that's all we can hope for in this Aston Martin. Be honest, we've got Magnussen in the Haas. Look at this, they're fighting like crazy ahead. We've got Ocon, we've got Alonso as well, and there's another car ahead of him, which I can't quite see who it is. But anyway, you can see now, look at the field behind us. There's a huge amount of cars, but they're not really bunched up behind us. There's quite a little bit of a gap as we have now closed on Esteban Ocon. As you can see, it's in 8th place for him. He's sort of got a 3/4 of a second gap ahead of us. Fernando Alonso is just ahead of him, so both the Alpines are very close together. And we've got Magnussen, who is just shy of half a second behind us as we're about to complete lap 1. Maxi Boy, of course, gets in the fastest lap because he's in the lead of the race right now as we accelerate forward out to lap 2. Oh my goodness, look at this. We're getting some real pressure for the car behind. That's Kevin Magnussen. Of course, this new sort of layout for the Australian circuit means it's a lot more faster, a lot more free-flowing. So it's sort of got this sort of very fast circuit vibe in places now. A little bit sort of reminiscent of Monza and places like that, but it's definitely an improvement, I think, as we accelerate forward out to lap 3. Still in 9th place at the moment, and now we've got Norris. He's got past Kevin Magnussen behind us in the McLaren car, of course, so Norris is behind us, and we've still got Ocon ahead, but he's managed to pull the gap up now to 2 seconds, just shy of 2 seconds as we accelerate forward now, still on lap 3. Oh, we got some... Oh, George Russell in the Russell is out of the race, and there he is, parked off to the right side. Well, surely a safety car for that. Was he parked in the pit lane entrance? I'm not quite sure. We'll have a look at that after the race, but he looked very close to the pit lane entrance there. But anyway, the race has resumed. No safety car at the moment as Lando Norris tries for a cheeky move to try and get past us. But of course, now we've moved out of position into 8th place as we accelerate for lap 5. So it's time for us to come in for our pit stop. We pit from 8th position at the moment. Hopefully the lads will be ready there with their tyres. Come on, lads. Yes. And another perfect in for the Hookster. And we change on to the yellow sidewall, of course, which is the sort of medium-y hard tyre for the rest of this stint. That was a great pit stop once again. And once again, the Hookster hit the button at exactly the right time. I still wish we could change the tyres by hitting the buttons as well. But of course, that's just wishful thinking for me and getting back to F1 Championship Edition. So we rejoin now in 18th position at the moment. Yes, 18th place as we accelerate forward out to lap 6. Just going past the pits. We've got cars that have come in for their one and only stop, of course. So we're going to now get back into, I think, possibly about 15th place, maybe. Oh, there's cars coming out. I don't believe it. We're being jumped. No. It's Magnussen. We managed to get past Magnussen. But Lando, is that Lando Norris? I can't quite see. Yes, it is. It's Lando Norris. Lando Norris has jumped us in the pit stop cycle, so we're in 13th place at the moment, but in net points we are in 9th place as we accelerate forward now to lap 7, just going past the pits again. More cars have come in, so we are going to gain... Oh, there's another car almost come out. That was Guan Yu Zhou, but we managed to jump in. But yes, so Lando Norris has stolen our... Oh, yellow flag. So what's going on? No, standard greens again. I can't quite see. I'll just look at the mini-map. Can't see any problems there. But anyway, as I was just saying, Lando Norris has stolen our 8th position. He got a faster pit stop and he's managed to steal it away from us as we accelerate for lap 10. We've been trying like desperate crazy men to try and get past Lando Norris, and I think we're going to go for a move down the inside this time. Oh no, didn't quite pull that off. In fact, we were a little bit wide on the track limits there, but we still hold on at the moment to this 9th position. as we accelerate forward out of lap 10. Lando Norris, unfortunately, he's got the gap up to a second now, so he's just outside the DRS zone, so I just don't know if we can catch him. Of course, the McLaren is a lot faster than this Aston Martin at this stage of the championship. And we've got Guan Yu Zhou behind us now. He's 2.3 seconds behind us as we accelerate on lap 12. But look at this, everyone. Hold the phone, hold the phone. We've caught up to Lando Norris. I think we're going to go for a move down the inside. Yes, we do. Can we hold it on the exit? Yes, we can. We have retaken our 8th position that we rightly had from pretty much, I think, lap 3 after George Russell went out of the race, of course. And we're back now in it. We're back into the points. Fantastic as we accelerate for lap 15. So last lap of the race, everyone. Guan Yu Zhou is now the car behind us. He's looking very racy indeed. We've got no chance of catching Ocon because he's now 13.5 seconds up the road. But that's it. The race is over. Carlos Sainz has won it. Yes, is he in the Ferrari? Yes, I think so. I get confused with all these driver changes, but yes. So Carlos Sainz has won it, and Guan Yu Zhou is going to finish hopefully behind us, and we are going to get some more points. Oh, we've gone wide there. I think we got a little bit of a sort of push there from Guan Yu Zhou behind us, but we managed to hold it together as we now cross the line in 8th position. Fantastic. Well, that was pretty much the best you could hope for in this Aston Martin car. 8th place. More importantly, points in the race. That's all we look for in these races now. We get driver... I think we deserve that, to be honest. I think we deserve that. Driver of the day, definitely in this Aston Martin. We have pulled it up into a performance level that clearly isn't there. But anyway, there are the Ferrari team mechanics congratulating themselves. And thankfully, there is no famous F1 YouTubers in the background. And there's Carlos Sainz, the race winner. Carlos Sainz, yes. Well done, Carlos. Well done indeed. Yes. Hugsy, Hugsy, Hugsy. Oh, that girl with the hair is well weird. Anyway, there you can see his beautiful Ferrari car in Parc Fermé. So it's on to the podium now. Let's have a look. There he is, Carlos Sainz. I don't quite know why they keep shaking their hands as they walk up that. I don't get that. But anyway, there he is, on to the top step. Look at that. Carlos Sainz, race winner. Maxi Boy in second and Sergio Perez in third place as he now holds up the trophy high. Look at that. A beautiful trophy. Beautiful trophy. Try not to break it like Lando does. Anyway, there's Alex Gillian. There's Alex Gillian, famous F1 YouTuber, ex-Facebook gaming, but he's quit because they didn't pay him enough. Anyway, look at the champagne going over everyone. Yes. Great stuff. Great stuff indeed. So let's go to a replay now and see exactly what happened to George Russell, who I think was the only failure in this race. Let's have a look now. So there is George Russell. Everything looks okay at the moment. He battling with Lewis Hamilton. What's going to happen here? What is going to happen? No, it's still... Oh, engine failure. Engine goes. Nope. Thank you. I have had enough. And was he actually blocking the pit lane there? Or did it... Oh, no. That was just me looking across to the right and I couldn't see properly. He'd actually pulled off the entrance to the pit lane, so that was okay. So that really didn't warrant a safety car at all. So well done to the stewards there. Well done indeed. Let's have a look at the final points then before we continue. Carlos Sainz, of course, won the race, and in the stands at the moment, we're in 10th place with 7 points at the moment. Maxi Boy in the lead with 59. Carlos Sainz now in 2nd place with 54. He split both the Red Bulls, and Charles Leclerc in the other Ferrari is currently in 4th place with 37 points. The Mercedes not doing too well with Lulu and George Russell, 30 and 20 apiece. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear, yes. And our teammate Sebastian Vettel unfortunately hasn't scored a single World Championship point. So now it's time to move on. As you can see, we're 7th in the Constructors. It's time to move on to the next round. And of course, this round is one of those rounds with a sprint race in it. Yes, now this is going to get a little bit complicated, but bear with me and we will continue. I've done the supercar and unfortunately I failed. There was a checkpoint challenge and I failed. So anybody who remembers the 22 season went a little bit complicated for the sprint races. But anyway, this is now qualifying and this gets our position for the sprint race. Yes, of course they changed it for 2023, but in 2022 this is how it works. So anyway, let's have a look. At the moment, as you can see, with 7 minutes left of qualifying, we're down to last place, lads. Sebastian Vettel is in 16th place, but we are in last, and we're not going to improve on this run because we are behind in our delta times. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Anyway, we accelerate forward now to almost the end of qualifying, and as you can see, we're still in last place. We're only slightly up on the deltas. Are we going to beat Alex Albon? Oh, that's all I'm looking at now. Let's see if we can beat Alex Albon. We're about to cross the line. Are we going to get into 19th place? Yes, we have. We've done it. 19th position. So now that is the position for the sprint race. Yes, the sprint race is what it's going to be. Anyway, that's it. End of qualifying. As you can see, 19th position for the Hookster. And Sebastian Vettel actually beat us there, so that's not good. That's not good at all. No. Bugger. Oh, no, actually, it's last place again. I don't believe it. And Sebastian Vettel got 18th position. So that's the qualifying, and now we go into the sprint. But first, we'll have a look at the practice session, which of course was after it, and we got some more lovely resource points, 1,291, with more development boosts applied, ICE, MGUH, and the internal combustion engine. Wowzers.
Welcome to today's sprint. This is shaping up to be another fantastic weekend. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, edging out Sergio Perez, who lines up P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Russell, Leclerc, Sir Lewis Hamilton and Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Norris, Ocon and Mick Schumacher, Magnussen, Ricciardo, Pierre Gasly and Tsunoda, Bottas, Albon, Guan Yu Zhou and Sebastian Vettel, Latifi and the captain. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint. Hello there and welcome back to Imola, home circuit of the Scuderia Ferrari. We expect to see a lot of local supporters in red today. They've all turned out for what we have every expectation will be a sensational event here at the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. 3.1 miles of track at Imola, featuring 19 turns, 9 to the right and 10 to the left. Remember that Imola differs from most other Formula One tracks as it's driven anti-clockwise. Let's hope nobody forgets that today. The exit from turn 18 will probably be the setup for many of today's overtakes, leading as it does into the longest straight on the circuit and its only DRS zone. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday and he'll start from pole position. Sergio Perez lines up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Russell, Hamilton, Charles Leclerc and Sainz, Norris, Fernando Alonso, Ocon and Mick Schumacher, Gasly, the captain, Guan Yu Zhou and Bottas, Albon, Tsunoda, Sebastian Vettel and Nicholas Latifi, Ricciardo and Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you here with us today. But I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the rundown into turn 1, a bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It will keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
So here we go then for the first ever all-season sprint as we say go, 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 and it's away we go from last position. Now, of course, this is going to determine our grid placing for the race, but off we go then. It's 5 laps, just 5 torturous laps to see if we can gain some positions. Of course, our qualifying was in last place, and look at, oh, wowzers, me trousers, what a huge dive bomb for the Youngster there. Really aggressive driving, of course, from the Youngster, and he's up already up to 15th position. We've got Yuki Tsunoda directly in front of us. Yuki, Tsunoda as we accelerate forward. Now still on lap 1, and we go for a dive on the inside of Yuki Tsunoda. We managed to get past, so we've managed to gain one position up into 14th place as we accelerate forward now to the end of lap 1, just going to lap 2. We are still chasing the car ahead. It's Pierre Gasly in 13th place. We've got Bottas now behind us as we accelerate forward now to lap 5. It's the end of the sprint, and Maxi Boy has won it. Pretty much nothing happened during these 5 laps of sprint, so I didn't want to bore you. So yes, we are going to finish in 14th place, which means that's going to be the grid placing for the actual race coming up very, very soon indeed. But there you go, 14th place.
Hello there and welcome back to Imola, home circuit of the Scuderia Ferrari. We expect to see a lot of local supporters in red today. They've all turned out for what we have every expectation will be a sensational event here at the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. 3.1 miles of track at Imola featuring 19 turns, 9 to the right and 10 to the left. Remember that Imola differs from most other Formula One tracks as it's driven anti-clockwise. Let's hope nobody forgets that today. The exit from turn 18 will probably be the setup for many of today's overtakes, leading as it does into the longest straight on the circuit and its only DRS zone. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday and he'll start from pole position. Sergio Perez lines up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Russell, Hamilton, Charles Leclerc and Sainz, Norris, Fernando Alonso, Ocon and Mick Schumacher, Gasly, the captain, Guan Yu Zhou and Bottas, Albon, Tsunoda, Sebastian Vettel and Nicholas Latifi, Ricciardo and Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you here with us today. But I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the rundown into turn 1, a bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It will keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
So it's time once again for the 5 lights to go out on the all-seasons clear mode, and we say go, go, go. It's away we go. Actually, 12th position for the race. 12th position. We got Schumacher ahead of us. We got Pierre Gasly now. Can we get up into the points once again into the first turn? Let's see if we can. The beautiful Imola circuit. We're going to do a dive. Are we going to do a dive? Yes, we do. Oh, 3, 4 cars. And we make contact with Lando Norris, but we're up into 8th position already. It's another fantastic performance. Well, as I say that, Fernando Alonso has sneaked past us, so we've dropped down to 9th place at the moment on lap 1. So Fernando Alonso is ahead, and we are chasing like crazy the car ahead of us. Wowzers. That was pretty exciting. A little bit aggressive for Nilkster, but he knew he had to get up into the points if he could. And that's exactly what he did. 9th place. Ocon is now the car behind us. We've got Gasly just behind him as well. And Fernando Alonso's got a little bit of a cluster ahead of him. He's got Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari. And Lando Norris, who I do believe is holding up Carlos Sainz directly ahead of him. So there you go. Oh, look at this as we're going through the little chicane there. Fernando Alonso is very much getting held up by the car ahead by Carlos Sainz. This could be an opportunity for us to try and get past at least Fernando Alonso. Let's see if we can now, as we're about to complete lap 1 of this Grand Prix. We're in the middle of an Alpine sandwich at the moment. Alonso ahead, Ocon is behind. So let's see if we can get past Fernando Alonso as we're about to complete lap 1 of this Grand Prix of the beautiful Imola circuit. Of course, anyone remembers this on F1 2013. Yes, 2013 as Ocon tries for a move down the inside. I think he may have us, in fact, but no, we managed to cover him off as we're now going into lap 2 as we accelerate for lap 3. Yes, the DRS has been enabled, as you can see. We're still holding on to the 9th position. Gasly's now the car behind, but he's dropped back now 1.9 seconds. But Fernando Alonso has increased the gap as we accelerate for lap 5. Look at this one, the real pressure from Ocon behind now. Look at this, and he gets past. Oh, almost makes contact with us. Almost makes contact, but we managed to hold on to this 9th position at the moment. But anyway, I think we're going to come in for our pit stop now on lap 5 because the other cars behind are looking a little bit aggressive. So in we come for our stop. Great stuff indeed. So where are the team mechanics? Come on, lads. Now, are we going to hit the button perfectly like we always do? Let's have a look. And the answer to that is yes, indeedy, Mr. McGreedy. And we change on to the yellow sidewall tyre. Thank you, lads. Fantastic. And a very fast stop indeed. 2.5 seconds. In fact, 2.4 seconds. And we're going to rejoin, unfortunately, in last place. Yes, last position. But of course, everyone ahead of us has still got to come in for their pit stops. So look at that. A lovely, clean, wide open track for us to drive on because there's no one else on it. Fantastic. That's just what you need when you come out of the pit. You don't want to come out into traffic. So, last place for Nookstar on lap 6 at the moment. As we accelerate forward now, still on lap 6, just going past the pits. Cars are now coming in for their start. I think we've got an Alfa Romeo in. I think we may have a Ferrari in as well. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, we go past now and it's 14th place. 14th place, yes. I don't think that was a Ferrari. I think that was the other Alfa. Anyway, we accelerate forward on lap 8, going past the pits again. More cars are coming in. One almost come out, but we managed to jump him. So 12th position now for the Hookster. 12th place at the moment. But have we lost out in the pit stop cycle as we accelerate forward now to lap 10? As you can see, oh, it's a car. There's a car off. We've got yellow flags. A car, it's Lando Norris. Lando Norris is out of the Grand Prix. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Anyway, we'll get the autopsy of that at the end of the race. So the car behind us now is Daniel Ricciardo, the Honey Badger, on lap 10. He's desperately trying to get past us, but we've managed to just hold on at the moment. We accelerate forward now still on lap 10, just going past the pits. And our teammate, Sebastian Vettel's making a very late pit stop, lap 11. He must have started on, what did he start on? I'm not quite sure, but he must have started on the hard tyre, I do believe. But anyway, so he pits, and now finally we get up into the World Championship points, but we've definitely lost one position at least to the cars ahead in that pit stop cycle as we accelerate for lap 13, and we're still in 10th position at the moment. We've got, of course, Daniel Ricciardo, the Honey Badger, looking very, very racy indeed. Very, very racy right behind us, trying to get past, but we're hanging in there to this 10th place as we accelerate forward now to lap 16. That's it, Maxi Boy has won the race. We are going to pick up one single solitary World Championship point, which is the best we could expect, of course, in this Aston Martin car. So pretty decent, but unfortunately we did lose out in the pit stop cycle somehow. I'm not quite sure how we did because we did a perfect pit stop, but we did definitely lose out. Anyway, we're going to cross the line with more points for the Aston. Well, 1 point anyway, but anyway, there you go. Fantastic. 10th position. Wowzers, me trousers. And driver of the day goes to Nicholas Latifi. Nicholas Latifi? Are you sure? Are you absolutely sure? Anyway, there are the team mechanics at Red Bull. Look at them, look at them. Where's the F1? No, there's no F1 YouTubers there again, lads. Oh, it's so disappointed, so disappointed. And there they are in Parc Ferme, scratching their bums. And there's Max Verstappen, not scratching his bum. He's congratulating himself and saying, yes, I did it, lads. I did it. Look at that. Another race win. And there he is. There's Tiamat Margin. Benjamin Daly puts another shrimp on the Barbie, mate. Oh, God. I love you, Benji. I love you so much. I love you more than sunshine. Anyway, let's continue. Let's continue before I get arrested. Yes, there's Max Verstappen on the top step of the podium. George Russell in second place. Lewis Hamilton in third as he now holds up the trophy high. Well done. Well done indeed. Wow. Wow. Yes, there you go. Well, I'm glad that's all over because it's sweltering hot in the UK right now and I'm sitting here with all the doors shut and windows and I am roasting. I am roasting. Anyway, never mind about me complaining. Let's go to the replay now of Lando Norris and see what... Oh, it was an engine failure for the McLaren for Lando. There you go. Due to the heat, of course, of Imola being too much for the engine in the back of that McLaren, and Lando Norris, that's the reason why he was out, as he stops by the marshal post. Well done, Lando. Well done indeed. So there you go then. Maxi Boy won the race. Of course, it's a bit confusing because we've got the sprint point on there as well. So Maxi Boy got 33 in total. George Russell got 24 and Lewis Hamilton got 20. And we ended up with one single solitary World Championship point, as you can see. In the actual race and nothing in the sprint. Our first sprint round of the all seasons. Yes. Oh God. So there you go then. Let's have a look and see where we are in the championship standings. And here we are. We're in 10th place still, I think. No, that's actually the driver race results, I do apologise. Sebastian Vettel finished in 14th position. Let's now go to the standings, and there you go, Maxi Boy at 92 points, Sergio in 2nd place. We're in 10th position with 8 World Championship points at the moment, so doing pretty decent in this Aston Martin, of course. Anyway, there you go, it's another exciting episode of the All Seasons Completed. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I'm going to take a very, very cold shower right now, and yes, of course, there will of course be more later if I haven't melted by then. Thank you, and good night.